hot damn hole, here we go again. Light as a rock, hard as a bitch, not for blocks to hard tops in the parking lot when my nigga rock like a sparking lot. Khadijah was giving Mad Dog from Minister Society energy all up and through this episode. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tower here with another struggle review. Snowfall, episode 6. Say a prayer. I'm a little speechless this episode. Like y'all saw it, right? Like y'all saw all. Before we get into everything that happened in this episode, Khadijah, Leon, Fatback, Franklin, T, Aunt Louie, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a second to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things Khadijah. We are living, hey, sing. Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this video. Now, this episode was so good. And I just want to say, didn't I say last episode or maybe the one before that we needed more Khadijah? I saw it and I was like, that's that one right there. We're going to have to watch her. And boy, I wasn't expecting this, but I called it. So we start off this episode getting into, alcoholic ass Teddy. Damn, Teddy. We get into Teddy's father calling and telling him that his brother died of a heart attack 2 weeks prior. They've already had the funeral. You're lucky I'm telling you this. You're never going to hear from me again. This is your fault. It should have been you. Not your dad. He said, don't nobody like Teddy. Don't nobody fuck with Teddy except for Gustavo and fucking Franklin. And it's just because it's beneficial for the both of them. Now, if you can remember, last season and everything that was going on with Teddy's brother and, them making him take all of that coke, I'm sure that contributed to his heart attack, and dad is not having it. It's like, but damn, dad, it should have been you. Now, we also get into Wanda doing what I said she would do. Wanda is getting clean. We see her going through withdrawals and staying in this hospital that Leon paid for. And I love the way it was shot. I love that it was kind of sped up. We still, got what we needed. We got her throwing that food at Reagan, just say no. Anti-drug. I don't want to hear that shit. We going through out here. It did what it needed to do. I love, that it wasn't super duper graphic, but we felt for Wanda, and we see that, she's really trying to refrain from her former life. I also love that this show never misses an opportunity, sprinkle things in there to make sure that we're aware. We also see other patients in there with her withdrawing, but we see that there's also a baby in there, a crack addicted baby, going through withdrawals. It's like, yeah, that was a whole thing back then. Now, after that, we get into Franklin. Franklin is getting it from all ends. It's just dropping damn, is Franklin gonna give up Leon? Because it's you getting it from both sides. Not only are we have Manboy and Scully, we also have the police. We know where you are, the interrogation, the harassment, the slamming on the hood. He has every, incentive to, you know what? Niggas over there. But he doesn't. He stands strong. We also get into Scully and Khadijah in the aftermath in the morning. Scully is on this whole, Jesus trip, feeling like he's getting payback, for things that he's done in the past. Him stringing the young man up after he killed him. And he's, trying to repent. Meanwhile, Khadijah feeling like, man, boy, like y'all not moving the way I need you to move. Like, never send a boy to do a woman's job. When she hit that, like, Khadijah was giving Mad Dog. Khadijah was giving, slanging all that stuff in the hood. We got no snaps on the petrol. Ain't never got no money. She was giving MC8. Khadijah was giving Cali, hood ass OG. And I was here for it. We saw it, last time. But I'm just like, we knew that this was coming. How do you expect, especially in that, like, do you see that apartment that they're living in? Like, I mean, to be amongst a man boy and in a relationship with a Scully, you have to be a certain kind of woman. So I never expected her to be anything less than gangster. Now, murderer? Now it's at this point that we get back into Leon and Franklin. Franklin has made it very clear that he does not want to give up Leon, which I'm loving, and he has another plan. The plan is for Fatback to, kind of take the fall, turn himself in, say this and that, do your little stint. We have a great lawyer. We'll take care of your family. We'll also take care of you when you get out. He even brings Leon along to kind of seal the deal and kind of soothe Fatback. Because, I think if Franklin had went along, Fatback would have been like, eh. But he trusts Leon so much, and they, have been partners for so long. It was like, no question, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this bid. And it was just the way that it was talking all smooth and $5,000 and, you get $250,000 when you get out. And I was like, I'm just like, no, Fab. I was like, no, Fab. Like, we know it does not always work that way. And, and Fatback, rightfully asking questions. Like, they don't treat, child murderers too great when they go to prison. I don't have, and I got people inside that'll protect you. You know that once you get behind those bars, it's a totally different story. Everything that's told to you isn't always guaranteed. Even if it is, all we need is for one thing to switch up outside of jail with the wrong person, and you no longer have protection. You no longer have money. Your family's no longer getting this $5,000. And it was just like, at that point, I was like, they about to kill Fatback. Now we get into Wanda getting out with her little asymmetrical 80s wop. We get into Wanda out and clean, and everything just almost looked like, what? I was like, I forgot how beautiful Wanda was. Like, Wanda is beautiful. Her full lips, her face, she just looks so great. Like, we are no longer looking like Wanda. Where do we find the blessing? Holiday, I got the bike. We don't look like that Wanda no more. Wanda was looking good. But we see what we know all too well. You have nothing to return to. Who you were and what you did as an addict is following you. You are clean, but, she can relapse at any moment. And we also see her, not having, like, who are you going to call? So they can say, you remember when you stole this, when you took this, when you lied about this? Like, she has nobody. So she has to resort to, going to where she used to and sleeping on the street. And it just looks so foreign, and she looks so scared. And it's just almost like, I was sleeping here. I was smoking here. I was amongst these people. At least she looked good. Now, it's at this point that we get into Aunt Louie and Jerome finally making it to Arkansas. It's been all this talk about Arkansas. Even, with the trailers and, we seen, the podunk town and the country folk. I already had, red alert there. Once we actually got there and it's just all, well, what's that? What we cooking? Is it Coke? And I was with Jerome, like, we already know what's going on. And I know Louie knew, anyway, though she was, acting a certain type of way. Like, why are you so scared? What are you trying to say? This is, Los Angeles. There isn't any gangs. There isn't this. There isn't any Uzis. Like, Jerome is like, what this does to people. It's going to take this peaceful little country podunk town and turn it into a war zone. We are going to kill these people. And Aunt Louie is all too happy to do it and sell it, honey. Once we got to, this is how you cook it, and did you see her with her pregnant ass, this childhood friend? She was all too happy to taste that Coke. I was like, you really offering this? I was like, how long is it going to be before they ease their way back to Cali, before they smoke it? Don't you just feel like they're going to smoke it? Especially the young one. Just so eager. They were so eager and just willing to just participate in this madness. Because all they know, this is, a new drug. Can't be any worse than, heroin. and, you know, weed, and we're just selling it. We're trying to, you know, we're trying to get that rig. We're trying to stop working so much. We deserve a good life. We got a hard life. We so proud of you. Look, we also see that Aunt Louie is, you know, the country girl who made it. And they're so proud of her and what she's become. But I love that we see, you know, later in the episode how Louie really feels about herself and what she's doing. But we see Jerome. Jerome is like, I am so interested to see where we see Jerome when we get to the end of this season, because Jerome has been done. Jerome has been done like last season. Jerome does not want to do this. I just sitting there and watching, and, you know, you seeing her and her pregnant, and, you know, he's just so eager to shoot the Uzi, and you know, they were showing him how to, you know, to cook, and you know what, it was just like, this ain't gonna work. Y'all gonna leave these people responsible to sell your coke, keep money, keep distributing. The stupidity. Now, after that, we get into more drunk ass Teddy, alcoholic ass Teddy, lonely ass Teddy, hide your kids, hide your wife ass Teddy. Teddy just shows up at the bar, and, you know, T had to call. T was there. And, you know, Franklin's, you know, trying to, you know, kind of calm the situation, like, you're drunk, let me get you behind closed doors. Teddy is standing there out in the open in front of people talking too damn much. Teddy is emotional because, you know, the shipments have kind of stopped. You know, business isn't running as usual, but Franklin's like, you know, I got a plan. Oh, yeah, we just supposed to all be okay because Franklin has a plan. And cut all that, like, forget all that. You know, he's mad. He has his own, you know, inner demons going on because of what happened with his brother. And, you know, you don't think we've all had loss. You don't think we've all had to do. I love when Franklin said, Leon is, you know, like my fucking brother. Like, ain't he though? Love Leon. But scratch that. Teddy, you know, makes it very clear to Franklin, you must not know about me. I can have another you in a minute. Like, Nick, you're replaceable. Like, don't ever think that this little position you have, the status you have, is set in stone. I can always find another, which he can. I can always find, which is fucked up, I can always find another Franklin Saint. Might not be as smart. Might get a couple of hiccups, but I can find, you know, many like you to distribute. You can't find another me. I don't need you. You need me. Get it the fuck together. Teddy be on that shit even when he drunk. Sit down, Teddy. Now it's at this point that we get into hard ass. Oh, you think you whore? We get into hard ass Khadijah. We get into fucking Khadijah. Khadijah is in the kitchen flipping. First, I didn't know it. I was like, is she about to sell some crack? What is Khadijah doing? But she's cooking, and she's like, hard ass. Like, I should have known. I don't know why I thought she would be anything less than a murk. I did not. And she tells Scully, like, hey, I need some money. And don't give me no lip. And Scully's like, hey, all right. Like, it is so, like, funny to see how, like, the gender roles have reversed. Because, you know, prior him talking and, you know, being so much in control, you would think that he would be the only dominant person in the relationship. No. Khadijah's like, no. Khadijah has been running this shit the whole time. We thought it might be, you know, man, boy, you know, Scully. No. Khadijah has been that one. Like, I feel like she's been behind the scenes. Like, no, don't do this, go do that. I'm just, you know, chill and lay back because I'm trying to raise our daughter. I feel like that's why she was in that car, because she, like, overseeing some shit. Like, we need some more Khadijah. But we get into more dumb fucking decision making in the damn episode. As soon as I seen that female standing outside of that car, and, you know, we bailing out that back, I was like, this is the same setup with the dude who got hung on the cross when he thought, you know, he's gonna go outside, get a little head. No. She's like, oh, they sent me, you know, to make sure you have a good time. And, you know, what, oh, word? No, Fatback, get your ass out of there. Like, what in your mind made you feel like people, Franklin of all people, extra safe ass, cautious ass, meet me around the corner, highways and byways, where you dark shit, was gonna send a bitch to come pick you up? That's all right. Fatback got in the car, at which Khadijah pops up, puts that elixir, that, you know, faint ass kitchen fix over his face, and Fatback passes the fuck out. Khadijah hopped out like a fucking assassin. I was like, oh, this bitch is crazy. I love it. Now we get into Franklin and T. T is here. And there, I was watching the shit out of Franklin with him hanging out with T. I was like, do not let this little business and pleasure, don't let this pleasure get mixed up in your business. Don't be laying there pillow talking with T, because oh, how's your brother and this, but you see T asked, yeah, so who was that? Who was at the bar? Who was that? Asking too many goddamn questions. T is a fed. You can't tell me T is not a cop. He ain't did no little intel on T. I'm hoping that he's really been playing her close. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him have to do a switch up at the very end and take T the fuck out. T is a federal agent. You can't tell me otherwise. She too in his business. She's too damn close to the family. She's all at the bar. She's ear hustling. She's watching. Get her the fuck out of here. Don't tell her nothing. This is, when we get the call, did you, bail out Fatback? Like, no, what the fuck? No, I didn't bail out Fatback. At which we get into more Khadijah. Like, we start off real slow with this torture, like, Tarantino, Quentin. I was like, Khadijah turned into a whole fucking Kitana Mortal, like, I mean, it's so much that we can chalk up to, a mother's love, a mother's rage. Like, no, this has been there. This has been there prior to her baby being taken away. You can't tell me no different. She was all too happy because, in actuality, I just love Fatback. Like, Fatback was standing strong. But Fatback really, like, I don't know where he is. After you stabbed him, those first, couple times and cut him. If he didn't give you the information then, and he said, and I love the little friend over there, like, bitch, I didn't know he was gonna kill him. Like, yeah, girl, you got in the car with the wrong one. She stabs him so many times, and it's like, damn, Fatback. Hi, you see Khadijah coming, hit it. You think he was running from Scully? Nah, I think Khadijah got better aim, more accuracy. Khadijah shooting on sight. Now we get into Louie and Jerome in Arkansas. Little Arkansas is shaking, honey. They coming back. We having a good old Bowen house party. Just these trailer homes. They having a good old time. For the most part, it just looks like, especially even with the husband who, had his reservations, like, what are y'all bringing in here? What are you trying to have us sell? What do you mean we can't smoke it? What is going to happen to us? What are you, because he can feel it, although, he listened to his wife. Oh, no, we need this, baby. But everything is, running and copacetic, and you see, Louis kind of standing strong, and yes, and we can, give you everything and blah, 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 up until she gets into the car with Jerome. Now, earlier, we had seen Jerome, go and get a room, and he just was trying to figure out, why do we have to keep doing this, Louis? You always say, we wanted to get rich. We already have, everything we could have ever dreamed of. Why do we have to keep doing this? And at which she tells him, what, Franklin wanted her to keep secret. This is why we have to do this. Teddy is, actual federal agent. He's, CIA. He's, this and over this. And we pretty much can't stop doing this. This is tied to the government. We actually saw, a little switch in Aunt Louie, and it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is, has been a whole facade this time. I don't know about Leon, because she was all eager, give up Leon. Or, maybe this is just her way of, trying to protect herself and protect Jerome, protect her family. Because, if we don't stop doing this, if we, harbor someone like Leon, this could come back on me. This could come back on Jerome. We can't stop doing these things. And I'm like, well, damn, Louis, you had to bring this to your friend, your little childhood friend in Arkansas. Like, we couldn't, I don't know. Louis be on some other shit sometimes. But we just see that, it's very emotional. It's like, what? And, Jerome is just like, how can, this be protecting me? I'm the only one, out of the loop. And every single episode, we see Jerome get a little bit more devastated than he is before. And I'm just like, where is this leading? If they put Jerome on some rock or try to kill Uncle Jerome, like, I just don't know. I don't know. Don't give him the rock. Don't smoke the rock, Jerome. Now, after we, get into Gustavo finding Teddy, the little flip of the role reverse, you find me drunk, I find you drunk, I patch you up, you patch me up. I love their little bromance they kind of got happening here. They need a date. But we see, the other federal agent show up and, trying to kind of give his condolences and trying to offer some help, some help for Teddy. Where the hell is Teddy leading to? Because Teddy's, I write the world that makes the whole world sing. Like, I don't need any help. Who, me? Who, Teddy? I don't need any help. I can do it by myself. I can find, the guns by myself. I can, fly all the way to Nicaragua by myself. Like, Teddy is becoming like some deranged, like, maniac. Teddy's on this whole power trip. Like, these characters are changing so much. Like, it's amazing. I am loving the writing on the show. Then we get into Franklin walking up. I'm like, damn, Khadijah. Like, not when you try to be discreet, like, pal. Khadijah is trying to send a message. Fatback is at the front door. What's good? Hide, run. We get into Leon. Of course, Leon is fucking upset and belts out what we already know. This is your fault. You told him he was going to be this. And you see that even though, for the most part, Franklin is always, trying to be, stone-faced, like, just so kind of, like, unconcerned. But he is, low-key kind of devastated about Fatback. Like, Fatback dead. Then Wanda calls. I love that, even though I want to know where that dynamic is going, because we see that there's always, some lingering thing between him and Wanda. Even though he has all these, Leon is on the news, Leon is on the run, Leon is all these things, he still carves out a space for Wanda when she calls and says, I don't have anywhere to go. If I stay on the street, I'm going to smoke. At which he, instructs her to go to Alton's shelter. Now, we get into Alton's shelter. Guess who's there? Irene, who keeps popping back up like a fucking weed in the garden. Like, sit down, Irene. Sit down. Irene is trying to get murked. Irene is trying to get murked. Not only does she come back, but she says, if you don't help me, if you don't give me a story, I do have proof. If you don't help me, I'm going to focus in on your family, this facility, and drag you down to get to where I need to be. I'll be back tomorrow for your answer. And we like leave off there. I'm like, oh. I really want to die so bad. So bad. Well, you guys, that was my take on this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Man, there is so much going on, and I'm so looking forward to episode 7. We get into Alton, we get into Dad. I have been waiting on this episode because, in the trailer, we see, Alton kind of in Franklin's face, and you see that there's always tension with Alton because he feels like, look at what you're doing. Look at what, I'm trying to stand for and what we should be as a family. And you're doing this. Like, he does not agree with it. But, from the space that Alton came from, past seasons, it's like, I really don't have room. Like, I'm just, getting my footing back in the family. He just, because, damn, you remember when Sissy was not fuck with, like, he couldn't, like, look at Sissy. But, we're in a good space. And this is affording for me to do, some things I like to do, with the shelter and things like that. But he is not here for it. And, with him being an ex-Panther. And I'm like, is he, what, because they got to do something. I'm like, is Alton going, bop, bop. I got that. If you need, is he gonna pop Irene? But you guys, that was my take on the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you come back for more. I see you next time. Bye.